I never thought I'd be sitting here telling this story. But honestly, I'm tired of everyone making me out to be the bad guy. I'm Carmen. I'm 28. And this is how my perfect marriage exploded in my face, and why it's not entirely my fault. It all started 5 years ago when my ex, Ryan, completely blindsided me by running off with my best friend, Olivia. Who does that? We'd been together since sophomore year of college. I was sure he was about to propose. We had it all planned. The house in the suburbs, the designer kitchen I'd always dreamed of, the picture-perfect life. Then one day, he ghosted me for 3 days. When I finally went to his apartment, Olivia opened the door. She was wearing his sweatshirt. My best friend, the girl who'd been my maid of honor in my Pinterest board wedding. She gave me this pitying look like she was a victim, and all she said was, "Carmen, I didn't mean for it to happen like this." That's when something inside me just snapped. For months, I spiraled. I wasn't just heartbroken, I was humiliated. I wanted Ryan to regret everything. I wanted Olivia to feel what I felt. That's when I met Matt. Matt was the opposite of Ryan. Sweet, stable, safe. He held doors open, remember my coffee order, actually listened when I talked. And most importantly, he wanted me. I won't lie. I knew exactly what I was doing when I said yes to that first date. I didn't love Matt, but I wanted to. I wanted Ryan to see me happy, thriving, glowing without him. Matt and I moved fast. Too fast. Within 6 months, we were engaged, married by our first anniversary. From the outside, it looked like I had moved on. But deep down, I knew I had built my entire marriage on a lie. Then last weekend happened. We were at dinner, just the two of us. Matt was talking about how excited he was for our future, totally unaware of what I was about to say. He reached across the table, took my hand, and said, "You're the best thing that's ever happened to me, Carmen." I don't know what came over me, but I laughed. Matt's face dropped. I couldn't stop myself. Before I even realized what I was saying, it came out, "Funny, considering I only married you to get back at Ryan." The second I said it, I knew I'd ruined everything. Matt didn't yell. He didn't even flinch. He just stared at me, like I was someone he'd never seen before. Then, without a word, he stood up, tossed some cash on the table, and walked out. I sat there frozen. My heart pounded so hard it felt like it might break my ribs. Everything around me, the clinking of silverware, the quiet conversations, faded. All I could hear was my own voice, echoing back at me like a curse. I ran after him, but by the time I got home, he was already gone. His closet? Empty. His shoes by the door? Gone. His toothbrush? Nowhere to be found. It was like he had erased himself from our life in a matter of hours. I called. Straight to voicemail. Texted. Nothing. The silence was brutal. I told myself he just needed time, that we'd talk it out once he cooled down. But then the next morning, our landlord messaged me. Matt had taken his name off the lease. That's when I knew he wasn't coming back. And I couldn't even blame him. I had built everything we had on revenge. And the worst part? I didn't even realize how much I loved him until he was gone. It's been a week. Still no word from him. Every time I walk into the apartment, it feels colder, emptier, like a quiet, constant reminder of how badly I messed up. On Tuesday, I checked his Instagram. He had already unfollowed me. But what made my stomach twist was seeing a photo of him smiling, genuinely smiling, out with friends. Something he never really did when we were together. He looked free. Then I saw the comment. A girl I didn't recognize. "Glad to see you finally happy, Matt." And he liked it. My hands shook as I stared at the screen. I had told myself he would forgive me, that he'd come back, that I could fix this. But now I wasn't so sure. By Friday, I broke. I called Daniel, his best friend. I begged him to let me speak to Matt. I told him I'd fix it. I just needed a chance. But Daniel's voice was firm. "Matt's done, Carmen. You need to move on." I was desperate. "Please," I whispered. "Just let me explain." "You don't get it," he said. "You were his world. He adored you, and you laughed in his face. You think a guy like Matt is going to come back after that." I tried to speak, to defend myself. But then he said something that shattered me completely. The worst part? He would have fought for you, stayed through anything. But you made sure he knew he wasn't enough. And now he finally believes it. Then he hung up. I sat there, staring at the ceiling, the phone still in my hand, my chest hollow. Matt was gone, and I had no one to blame but myself. I had spent years trying to prove to Ryan that I had moved on, and in the process, I destroyed the one thing that was actually real, the one person who truly loved me, and now he's learning how to love someone else. Some mistakes can't be fixed, and maybe this is the one I'll regret forever.